What's good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Ball Talk with Rock Chalk. Episode, I don't fucking remember. 3, 4, 5, I don't know, dude. Honestly, this might be episode 2. We'll see. Because this is pretty important stuff that I want to share with you guys right away before I forget to. So I just got done playing the Road to College Football playoff game. I was playing as Oklahoma, so I can use their A-rated playbook, so that way I can teach this concept a lot better. What we're going to go over today, obviously the first episode I've ever done was talking about the 3 route combos that I really love using that are pretty advanced, that has a lot of hot routes that you have to do. Listen, I use those route combos probably at least once or twice a game. If I don't need to, I won't use them at all. But you'll rarely ever see me run those concepts more than 2 times a game. 2 at max. Sometimes none. I like to keep those in my back pocket if I feel like I need to be really advanced and do some stuff that I know should work and should really give me an edge over an opponent. But a lot of times I like to just keep things simple. And I understand if coaches don't want to, if you guys don't want to have to make 10 routes per game or per play, basically change the whole concept of a play, just for it to, be quote unquote meta and work. That's fair, because honestly, I don't want to do the same either. A good play should only really take 1, maybe 2 hot routes, if that, per play. And also should have multiple options throughout the play, and it should work against multiple type of coverages. It shouldn't be a one type coverage beater, and there shouldn't be one receiver you're trying to target all game, because what happens if that receiver gets taken away? Do you have any other receivers you can throw the ball to? Do you have any other options? If you don't, then guess what? The play's really not that good. So what we're going to go over today is we're going to go over a very simple, a staple in the air raid offense, the stick concept. The stick concept does a great job of containing and really working the quick game. I really like running it. I'm probably going to run a lot of it this year. And since I was playing a college football playoff game, I felt like what's a better way to teach this than to play a full game. I ended up winning, and I ran stick 95% of the game, and I ended up winning 28-21. So it's really good. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. Stick is designed to get you about 4 to 6 yards every single time you call it. If you're getting 4 yards every play, you're going to move the ball. You're going to continue to move the chains. So I have multiple clips here to show you in this game, and then we're gonna watch the last minute and 23. This dude tied it up with me, and I had a minute and 23 to go down a score and win the game. So we're gonna watch this all in its entirety, but we're gonna wait and we're gonna watch these clips first. So first clips of the game, I got the ball to start the game. Coming out in just a 5 out. There's different types of stick concepts. You got and what I mean about this, I'm gonna explain this. You got the 2x2 formations, the 3x1 formations, and then you got the empty 2v3 type formations. What that means, football terminology, is when I say it's 2x2, then you'll have 2 receivers on one side of the field and 2 receivers on the other side of the field. That's 2x2. If there's a 3x1, that means you'll have like a trips receiver on the right side of the field, and on the opposite side you have a solo receiver, a tight end. Now in this case, the first play here is 5 out, it's empty, so it's a 3-on-2. We got 3 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the weak side of the field. That's what I mean terminology wise when I say 2x2, 3x2, 3x1. So this first play, what stick is you attack vertically with the fade route. You'll get your slot receiver. In this case, since we're 1 to 5 out, this is the normal stick concept. You'll get the fade route on your outside receiver, which is B. You'll get either a out route or a flat route. In this case, it's a flat route. You get the little high-low there between the fade route and the out route or flat route. And then your inside receiver, my slot receiver, he is on a hitch. But in this case, he's on an option play, which means if it's zone coverage, then he's going to set right here. He's basically going to find any empty space he can. If it's if he has the chance to cut outside here, if that space is open, then he's going to do so. If not, then he'll just stick right here if it's zone coverage. Now, if it's man coverage, let me change the color of this so it looks better. If it's man coverage, then he's automatically going to go outside to the field. So that's the option route. It's really good. I think a lot of the 5 out, the empty stick concepts, a lot of it has this option route. If you don't want to use it, say you just want him to be on an out route or you want him to be on a stick route, then you can change out and highlight that how you want to. But me, I kind of like having an option here. So real quick, the reads you're gonna make, especially in this type of empty base formation here, there's different types of reads you're going to make. No matter what, you're always going to go right to left. The first read is going to be your fade route. If this dude's pressing up here, and you got a safety here, then you might have a chance to hit this deep ball here for a touchdown, potentially. But let me draw this up. But if this guy is playing 8 to 10 yards like he is right there, then honestly, this fade route I already know is just not going to work. It's just not going to work. But that's always you're always going to take a quick peek at that and see what kind of leverage you get and see what kind of defense they're in. But the second read you're going to make is you're going to pay attention to 2 different guys. In this case, since it's empty formation, I always pay attention to the slot corner here, and I always pay attention to the linebacker here. If this slot corner, if he crashes down immediately to try to stop this flat route, then my third read is going to be my slot receiver here. And the guy I'm going to be looking at is the linebacker here. Because if he crashes out, say he crashes down to try to stop the hitch route, then my fourth read is going to be one of these slants. Because the slant coming here, he's going to evacuate the space that's left by the linebacker here. So this part of the field is going to be wide open. That's my read progressions on this. Now, I can already tell you with these clips, let me erase all this real quick. With this clip, the slot corner here, he crashes down slightly. He's taking away the flat route. And this linebacker kind of shades inside, but he kind of just stays still. But when I mentioned the option route, this tight end, this slot receiver, he automatically takes an out route because of the space and there's leverage that was evacuated by this slot corner. And I end up throwing the ball to air. So we're going to watch this in entirety, and you're going to be able to see what I see. So, just like that. That's the first play of the game. One of the first plays of the game. It was really good. So, like I said, your main read is you're trying to pit one defender in conflict. If he flies outside, then you're gonna take the hitch. If he crashes down, then you're gonna take the out route, or you're gonna take the out route or flat route. Now, if your user is a linebacker here and he tries to crash down and take the hitch away, then you'll just throw it to one of these slants that replaces through the middle. So that's your reads. So always, especially on empty, your read is going to be. First read is going to be here. Number 1, your fade route. Second read is going to be the flat route. I can't draw with shit. Flat route. Your third read is going to be the hitch. And your fourth read is a slant. Fifth read is the other slant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're working right to left. Those are your reads. Now let's move on to the next play. Alright, again, so moving on to the next play, we're in a little bit of a different formation here. Instead of being in a 3x2 empty, we're in a 3x1. 3 receivers on the left, 1 receiver / tight end on the right side of the field. And then we got the run. We don't ever count the running back. We only count the receivers and tight ends when we're talking about personnel and alignment. So quickly, we look at the formation here. We look at what the defense is in. Let's get my draw to. The first read is always going to be the fade route. Second read is going to be the flat / out route. And then the third read is going to be your hitch. In this case, it's going to be an option route. And then what I do with the tight end, I always like to kind of have like some type of in route. Sometimes I'll keep this little out route here, maybe attack the corner here if I need to. But what I like to do is, and especially when I did on this play, is I just put him on a slam. That way he replaces anything in the middle. But you can do whatever you want. Now, I can already tell. I mentioned the difference between the first play that we did when we went stick to the second play outside of personnel is I look at this outside linebacker or outside corner here. He's pressed up. He's pressed up. He's got inside leverage. There's one safety up here, so I'm reading him. If he can get inside leverage here, if he can get good leverage here, I know it's man to man just because the slot corner is playing inside leverage. This guy is playing about 8 yards back. I can already tell it's going to be man to man. So my reads are simple. I'm going to take a peek at this fade route and see if we can get green grass up here. See what this safety does. Does he crash all the way out? If he crashes all the way out and he tries to stop this fade route, then I'm going to go through my progressions. I'm going to look at the flat route. Does this guy, does the slot corner, does he crash down the flat route? Or does he stay put and kind of just play like inside? If he stays put and kind of play the hitch, I'll throw the flat. If he crashes down to take the flat away, then I'll go to my third read and I'll look at my slot receiver. I'll look at Burks. What does this guy do? Does he come down and try to stop the hitch or out route? If he does, then guess what? I got this backside slant coming that's going to evacuate, that's going to replace the middle side of the field. So those are the reads. Now in this case, obviously know what already happens here. I end up getting the play wide open, and I'm getting good yardage from this. So we're going to watch it play, and then I'm going to break it down. So we end up getting big yardage on that game. We got like 20 yards there. So what happens here? I broke everything down. Now I can tell from the get-go. We'll stop it here. Actually, we'll stop it about right. We'll stop it about right here. Now, there's one thing I can tell you. Also, with one of the reads, if you have a check down route, then he will be your last read. But I can already tell you. So we took a peek at the fade route. I mentioned the safety pre-snap. What does he do? What does overtop safety does? Because I can already tell it's going to be man coverage. It's probably going to be a cover 2 man. Now, if he crashed in here, then maybe if my guy can just get a good step on the corner here, then I can throw the ball over the top. But if he starts to crash down here or crashes out to the sidelines, then that fade route's going to be no bueno. And what does he do? That safety, he ends up crashing down. He ends up moving towards the sideline. So if I go to throw that fade, for one, he doesn't have good leverage, so it's going to get picked off. They're playing underneath, and they got a guy over the top. So that read's already dead in the water. Second read is the flat route. Now, as you can see, this guy right here, he crashed down that flat route. Because for one, I know it's man to man. But I'm still going to break this down anyways. So this guy is no bueno. That guy's not open. So we go to the third read, which is this hitch option play. Now, he gets good leverage here. I can actually throw this ball right here, and that would be an easy, like, 7-yard completion. Maybe more if I can get a good speed boost and attack upfield. That works. See, he's got good leverage here. He's got good enough space here. I can throw that ball, but also the one thing, like, could be dangerous is if my opponent wasn't a big dummy and tried to rush me with his user, which wasn't a good idea on his part. If he was in coverage and he was good at switch sticking, he could have switched stick to maybe this guy here and then kind of crash down and maybe jump that pass. But I definitely could have threw that ball, but instead I found an open spot because once this linebacker here, once he crashed down here, that leaves the middle of the field wide open, and I was able to hit my slant. I was able to hit my slant for about 20 yards. Get downfield. Now I'm in the red zone, putting almost big time completion. Let's move on to the next clip. Alright, third clip of the day. We're in a different personnel. We're in a 2x2. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Same stick concept as well. And obviously, with different personnel, the stick concept's going to change. Now we got the running back running the flat. We got the tight end going for the hitch, and we still got our solo receiver going on a streak. So same concept. Only thing is the reads kind of change. The defensive players, depends on what coverage they're in, it's going to change. Now in this case, we're still paying attention to the fade route defender. What does he do? Is he pressing up? Not really. He's playing 5 yards off. Honestly, I'm probably not going to throw the ball because we got over the top safety here. If he crashes up, this guy drops back, then that's not going to be, that's probably going to be a pick. Now, if this guy crashes down here, or kind of jams the receiver, and then this guy plays over the top, I might have a small window, like right here, but it's not going to be a good throw, and it's going to be inconsistent. So, no matter what, the reads still stay the same. We got first read here, second read, I can't draw, third read, I think I put, no, I think I left him. I don't remember if I put Burks on a slant, or if I just left him with that. But anyways, whether it's a slant or some type of in route, we got 1, 2, 3, Burks is going to be the fourth read. Oh my god, I cannot draw to save my life. Fourth read. X is going to be the fifth. And then if none of these are open and we got time, then it's time to scramble and get the fuck out of there, or just take a sack. So, real quick, what we're going to look at, we're going to look at this corner. We're going to look at this linebacker. Now, he's kind of crashing down, but he's the nearest linebacker because the edge rushers aren't going to play in coverage unless they main him up or they put him in coverage. So we're looking at this corner here. What does he do? Does he play all the way back? Does he crash all the way down immediately? Or does he kind of just hold firm and kind of just jam the receiver? The second thing we're going to look at, we're going to look at this linebacker. What does he do? Does he crash all the way down here? Fly out to the flat? Does he drop back in coverage, play like a little hurt curl? Or does he kind of just... Does he just basically just stay here and play the hitch? The reads are simple, like I mentioned. We're going to take a look at the fade. We're going to take a look at the flat, and then we're going to take a look at the hitch. If none of that's open, then we're going to look backside. So let's go ahead and break it down, and let's go ahead and watch. Now, this is what I mean. You don't need big time plays, big yardage plays every single time. Take your chuck change. Just take your couple yards and just move on. If you can get 3 yards of play, either way, even if you get like 2 yards the first 2 plays, you're going to be on like 3rd and 6, and that'll allow you to do whatever you need to do. Maybe if you can break a tackle, maybe you can be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. Like, it doesn't matter. Just play the simple game. Take what you can. In this case, if we break it down, this guy, this corner, kind of jams up. He kind of stays the same, but he jams up on Lewis. This linebacker kind of plays slightly inside. He's playing with the hitch, so the hitch isn't open. The fade route isn't open. Barnes, right away. Now, if I would have waited late, then this guy would have dropped down here, and then nothing would have been open, and I would have really had to pay attention to the middle of the field, which wasn't going to be open either, because this guy, the yellow linebacker, he kind of dropped back, so he was playing this inside route, and then this opposite side corner, he was just kind of playing down. He was playing Burks. So at that point, if I would have waited too long, it was going to be scramble time, and I could have took a sack or a fumble, or maybe I could have got a couple yards. So what I do, I knew Barnes, he had a little small window like right here, because this linebacker was playing here. This guy right here was just kind of staying central and just kind of jamming up. So we had a small window, so I threw it, took my 2 yards, and called it a day. We'll watch it, rewatch it again. Threw it early, once I knew I had a couple yards. Now, if the animation was better, maybe I could have got a couple more yards, but 2nd and 8, I'll take it. Let's move on. Alright, another clip. Still in the same 2x2 formation now. We got the flat route going out, so we already know what I read, so I don't even need to tell you what it is. We immediately look at the corners. I can already tell they're probably in like some type of like cover 3 sky, cover 3 cloud, or cover 3 match. I can just tell by the alignment and how the corners are playing 8 to 10 yards off. So I already know we got safety help over the top here. He's playing one high safety. Plus, this guy is playing about 5 to 10 yards back, or 8 to 10 yards back. So the fade rout's not going to be open. I already know that, which is fine. He's just going to clear them out. Don't really care. So I immediately go through my reads here. So what does this guy do? On a 2x2 formation, I'm looking at the slot corner. What does he do? Is he going to crash down, take the flat away? If he does, then I got an easy completion for 4th down here. Now, if he stays together, stays tied in, and plays a hitch, then I got the running back here for an easy completion. Now, another guy you need to read is this linebacker. Because if this guy comes down here and he crashes down the hitch, then my fourth read is going to be my short crosser here. Because they're only going to have one linebacker here. What does he do? Does he blitz? Does he kind of play back and play the inside route? What does he do? We don't know. But either way, I know I got green grass right here to be able to. I have a good tight window to be able to get an easy completion there. Now, I'm only going to tell you what happens here. Now, it's a little bit different. I'm pretty sure he was in cover 3 match just because of the way the formation broke down. So, what happens here? Let me play it. So, what happens here? I already noticed. This guy here, he stays attached for a second, and then he kind of like drifts off here. He drifts off, and that allows the linebacker to come down here, and now that's his responsibility. Now, I have a window right here where I can throw to my running back and get an easy completion. But as soon as I see this linebacker drift down, as you can see, then by right here, this guy starts to now drift down here a little bit, so that's why I think it was a cover 3 match. But once this linebacker evacuates right here, and the middle of the field's wide open, I have a window to where I can whip it to my tight end here on the crosser and got the easy first down. That's exactly what I did. Now I could have threw it to the running back. The running back's wide open. I can get an easy first down there if I honestly would have paid attention. But as soon as I saw that linebacker right there evacuate the middle, then my eyes just immediately went to the middle for my 4th read, and he was wide open. So got the first down. We'll rewatch it again. Now I almost messed up there because I passed it down. I didn't really need to do that. So I could have messed myself up there, but anyway, got the first down completion. Now we're definitely in the red zone. We have a chance to score. Let's move on to the next clip. Moving on to the next clip. Now we're on the 3-yard line, 3rd and 3. Dial it up another stick route, 2x2 concept here. Thunder's it's about to storm, so if you hear thunder, then my apologies. Can't really do anything about it. But so what we're looking at here, 2x2. We're looking at this corner here. What does he do? So he's gonna crash down. If he does, we throw the hitch. If he stays still and plays the hitch, and we'll throw the flat because this guy's preoccupied. He can't. Now, if he's for some dumbass reason, if he decides to try to come down and crash down and takes the fucking flat away, then I'll just throw it over the top. But I can already tell the route's so much easier. I just gotta pay attention to a couple things here. I need to pay attention to him. What does he do? And then I gotta pay attention to the middle of the field. What do they do? What do those linebackers do? Now in this case, we'll watch it. We'll watch it, and I'll pause here. So, as you can see, this corner, he kind of comes down slightly a little bit, but he's really just playing the flat. Now maybe I can throw the flat right now and get a good animation to where like I can rack it and then truck over somebody's face and get a touchdown here. Maybe. No, I got a small window here to where I can throw the little hitch, but it's not for certain. But what I'm looking at here, I see 3 defenders. I see 2 of my offensive players. You can't really see him in like a little triangle. So what am I looking at here? There's 3 defensive players on this little like triangle square here. I see 1 defender in the middle. I see my guy coming right here. He's about to be. I see an open spot like right here to be able to throw the ball. And that's exactly what I do. I end up fitting it in a perfect area to where when he can get it, times it up, got the tutty. Just keep things simple, bro. Stick's so good. Stick is so good to run. You'll definitely see me running more of this next year. But that's how you score. Got my first touchdown. Saw the game up 7-0. Got a couple more clips to show you, and then we're going to watch the final minute 30 of that game. Alright. Next clip we're going to show, we're still in the 2x2 here. Only difference thing is, only thing I changed, now I mentioned that every good play, you should only really make like 2 route changes per play. I did make 2 route changes. I think, if I remember the stock play, okay, yeah. The stock play had Stagnia going on like a little in route, and then you had Burks going a little flat route. That was fine, but I wanted to change it up. And plus, we're already like in the second quarter, so he's seen a lot of stuff that I was doing. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to run double slants, especially with this leverage that he had. Kind of looked like Camper 2. I really wanted to charge the middle of the field and see what I can get here potentially if I need to. First read, like I mentioned, we're going to pay attention to what this outside receiver does. What does he, outside corner does? What does he do? Does he crash down? Well, if he crashes down, I know there's over-the-top safety help, so I know that fade route's not going to be there, so I'm not even going to pay attention to that. So, but if he goes to take away that fade route, then I notice there's a linebacker here, and there's a linebacker here. The last time that's why you guys need to really like pay attention, like remember this stuff if you possibly can. The last time he ran this formation with this defender like this on the offensive line, he ended up just kind of like playing back here. He didn't crash down to take the hitch. He didn't crash down to take the fade. He kind of just stayed right there. He just stayed put. So I remembered that. So my read is just immediately, what does this corner does? Because if he crashes up here, then I'm going to have this flat route wide open. And let's watch what happens here. See how easy it is? The football is so simple. It's so simple. I remember the formation. He ran this exact type of scheme before, and I ended up taking the out route on A because I just saw lightning, so thunder's about to hit. He's also used it up on his corner here, which is crazy. That's a crazy spot to use with somebody. But I'm surprised when he was using him, surprised he didn't just immediately crash down, because I was killing him on these flat routes with my running back. But regardless, I knew this guy was going to crash up. I knew the hitch route wasn't going to be there. I knew the fade route wasn't going to be there, so I was just immediately watching this part of the field. There was a lot of green grass there, because once this guy evacuated, then I got my running back wide open and ended up getting like 15 yards out of it. So it wasn't so much easy. I hit him early. I didn't wait. Got upfield. Got about 10 to 12 yards. Moved the chains. Let's move on to the next clip. The final clip I have, and then we'll watch the final 1:30, and I'll talk about everything. Alright, final clip. We're back in the 3x2 formation that we were in to start the video off. Back in empty, back in the 3-on-2. We got a strong side of the field, or 3 receivers on the strong side of the field, like I've mentioned multiple times before. So the reads are a little bit different now, because it always changes. The reads aren't the side. The reads are always the same. The progression reads are always the same. The defensive players that we need to pay attention to changes, depends on what scheme we're in, whether it's a 2x2, 3x2, 3x1. In this case, we're in the 3x2, so the guy I'm immediately just looking at is here. Because I know this guy is playing 8 yards off, he's not going to be open, so I'm not going to pay attention to that. So I'm paying attention to the slot corner. What does he do? Does he crash down? If he does, I'll take the hitch. If he like crashes up here and takes a hitch, then I immediately have the out route here, the flat route wide open. Um, if he crashes down, and this linebacker here crashes down to take the hitch, then I got two slants here, replacing where that linebacker left spot open. So let's go ahead and watch the clip. That's a crazy animation, but like I said, dude, that shit was wide open. This guy, and immediately, he starts to cut inside here. This guy's already playing back. He has to worry about the streak, because if he crashes down, then I've got a touchdown over his head with the streak. So he stayed put. So what does that mean? I know my fade route or my flat route is wide the fuck open. Also, for what is known, in case if I needed to, I have this slant wide open too. Because these guys are playing like, I got both of these slants open if I really wanted to, but I wanted to go through my reads. And I nailed it on my read. Ended up getting a first down off this. Second in inches. You know what I mean? Alright, let's move on to watching the final a minute and 27 here. So this dude ends up scoring the ball on me. Gives me the ball back with a minute and 23. I'm still not changing who I am. I'm still running the stick concept here. Now with this, I'm back in a 2-on-2. The only difference thing is I changed something up because I knew he was going to run the cover 3. I tried to get Burks on a seam route here, see if I can. What I should have done, I should have put Stagnant on like either a curl or a comeback route, or maybe put him on a deep route as well to kind of clear this corner out. So maybe I can open up the seams there. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and play it. Got the flat route. Made a guy miss. Made another guy miss. Dove out of bounds. Wasted about 16 seconds there. Got the first down. Moving the chains. That's all that matters here. Now we're in a 3v2. We're in a little bit of a different situation here. I haven't shown this play call yet. It's still the same thing. This is out of gun strips, but it's stick wheel. The concept changes. Who we're reading is changing. Because we're only looking at really just two guys here on our side of the ball to who we can throw to. And we're only looking at one guy here defensively. So what happens here? We've got a wheel route. And we got this little like switch deep route here. So what we're looking at, when we're running this concept, these two defenders are basically out of the play. Because his responsibility, or the flat responsibility, is kind of taking the start stage of the wheel route out. This guy's responsibility is taking the deep version of the wheel route. And then this dude, obviously, he's taking away the deep middle. So those guys are kind of outside the play. So we're not really paying attention to them. We're not trying to throw the ball to him. So in that case, we're reading. Get my cursor. We're reading this dude here. If he crashes down, I've got the hitch. If he stays low, then I've got the curl. And then my third option, so right now the read changes. The progression reads change. We've got first read, second read, third read on the slant. And I'm just taking the hitch, made a guy miss, made a couple guys miss, and we got the first down. Now, I think I had the flat route open as well, but we decided to throw the hitch. We hadn't thrown him that much that game, and he had space. And we ended up fitting it in there perfectly. So, move the chains, keep on going. Let the clock run. Now on something different here. I end up hitting, I don't remember, what did I do here? I don't remember. So I put Y on a out route. Honestly, I wish I would have went this to the strong side of the field. This is my fault. But I just took my check down real quick. Got a yard. Honestly, it wasn't the greatest play call here. I should have flipped it, and maybe I would have had a chance to get a couple more yards here. But no matter what, we stopped the clock. Got a completion to stop the clock. Now we're back in a 2v3. So now the guy we're going to read is here. Now he stays down. We're going to replay this. Okay. This guy's covering the flat route, or the fade route. As you can see here, this guy is covering the flat. This guy's covering the hitch. His user is right here covering Y. Right now, this guy is covering X. So what do? If nothing's open, we don't have any checkdowns with this type of route, we start to scramble a little bit, so we roll out the pocket here. I don't know if he switched six to the left guy or if he stays on him, but one of these guys, he kind of crashes down a little bit, and that leaves X over the top wide open. So if nothing's open, then we're going to start to scramble and try to make something happen. Whether it's running for a first down, running to get a couple yards, or maybe we can get something open if he doesn't stay disciplined on defense. So yeah, he starts to come down here, and that leaves X wide open because this guy just evacuates. Big play. That's what we needed. Made a guy miss. I stayed in the middle of the field just in case I need to kick a field goal. Now, I think he ends up calling... I choose clock here because I want to waste some clock. I think he ends up calling the timeout here if I remember. Yeah, okay, he does. So we'll fast forward here. So now we're in a 2x2. Same reads as earlier. Again, hitch route was open. We take it, get big yardage. Now we're on the 1 yard line. On the 1 yard line here. I didn't run. I literally did not run the entire time in this game. I was all I did a jet touch pass to get a first down. That's the only play that I didn't use stick out of. But even then, that doesn't really count as a run. So I passed the ball 100% of the game. Here we want something a little bit different in the red zone. We want a little halfback screen here. We still got the little hitch. We still got the little hitch / out route. We got the little flat route, and we got you guys blocking on the left side. So no matter what, I saw this guy was pinned in pretty well. Nobody was cutting down there, so ended up throwing to the halfback, and we got the touchdown. And that we ended up getting a stop on defense and ended up winning the game. But regardless, that's going to be the end of the video. Take those concepts. I'm going to do probably more, maybe another concept, maybe in a couple days. I'm off for 2 weeks, so I have time to record these videos. I've got the pass blocking and the RPO defense done, but I'll release that some other day. I'll release that some other time. I really wanted to get this done, though, the stick concept, because I think it was very important to do. And listen, as you can see, I used it 98% of that game, and ended up winning. You don't really need to do anything else. It's proof in the pudding that, dude, you can just keep shit simple. You don't have to do advanced stuff if you don't want to. So I hope that's proof in the pudding for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see any type of other videos, concepts that you want to learn, simple shit like that, or if you want more advanced stuff, then feel free to let me know. But give me some feedback in the discussion channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.